What is up guys, Zane here and welcome back to my channel. With Stormblood being 15 days away, not counting today, there are some things that you guys want to stock up on as soon as possible to help your time in Stormblood a little bit easier. So I have a good 5 things that you would want to stock up on in the next coming 2 weeks. So first thing is going to be your retainer ventures. With our cap going up to from 60 to level 70, our retainers are most likely going to join us. So there is a couple ways to get ventures, either through the Lev quests, the beast tribes, or your Grand Company and your hunts. So whatever Grand Company you belong to, you want to go to the very first categories here, and you want to go into your material section. Over here, your ventures, you'll get able to get 1 for every 200 Grand Company seals. Now for retainer ventures, it takes 1 or 2 for exploratory missions, because most likely if they're going to do the same thing with the Devil Reborn, Heaven's Ward items that you had to get through lore books might be able to be gathered through your retainer ventures. So it's always probably best to stock up on these before Stormblood. Plus, hopefully your retainer can be able to bring you some materials that are going to be implemented in Stormblood, so you guys can have your retainer go get them while you go farm them yourself. So both the Heaven's Ward hunts and the Realm Reborn hunts will give you adventures as well. So you want to go to the Allied Seals, Immortal Flames, or wherever your Grand Company is. You want to go to others, and here you see you get adventures for 4 Allied Seals. Now for Centurion Seals, I believe it's around the same amount, but we'll get to that when I head over to the Forgotten Night. So the next thing you guys want to stock up on is the Aetheryte tickets. These Aetheryte tickets will allow you to save your gil and replace a 1 ticket. So because we know that it's going to take at least 999 gil to go from Realm Reborn to Stormblood areas, which is probably going to be Aetheryte and all that, you guys want to stock up on these immediately, because you'll be burning through a lot of gil if you don't. So unlike ventures, Aetheryte tickets are just 1 extra seal. Aetheryte tickets can only be getting from the hunts. So it's best to do your daily, weekly, and any hunts that is shouted out in your server between now and Stormblood. So let's quickly go over to the Forgotten Night, and then I'll show you where to get the adventures and the Aetheryte tickets from them. Alright, so here we are in the Forgotten Night, and so you want to pretty much talk to the gentleman on the left here. And I believe you want to go to the Exchange Centurial Seals option. And here, like I said, the Ventures and the Aetheryte tickets are the same price as the Allied Seals. So you guys want to stock up on these as soon as you possibly can. As much as you possibly can. Because personally, for me, I have 717 right now. And I do not want to spend 999 on traveling, even though I am 191 million strong. Alright, so here I am in Idleshire. For the next items you want to get is grade 5 carbonized matter. Now grade 5 carbonized matter can be gathered, but the fact is that they are extremely rare to spawn, because sometimes you have to force them to spawn by getting 3 high quality in a row and then using an ability that will reveal them. But of course at that time you pretty much have like 1 or 2 attempts at it. But I do believe Ash 10 does have a video on how to get grade 5 carbonized matter through gathering. But if you guys want to get them consistently without having to gather, you basically can come here to Britannia in Shire and go into the menu into Uncanny Knickknacks. Now, here you'll be able to give either unidentified shell or unidentified ore to get 3 carbonized 5 matters. Now, to get these, easily you can get them through the beast tribes, you can do the treasure maps, or you can get them through your Grand Company seals. A lot of those are easily farmed, and you can get grade 5 carbonized matter quite faster and a lot easier. Or you guys want, you can just buy them off the market board. Since grade 6 materia is probably going to be insanely hard to get in Stormblood, you guys pretty much want to stock up on grade 5 carbonized matter and grade 4 carbonized matter to meld into your crafters come the expansion. Alright, so that is pretty much number 3 on this list. Number 4 is actually going to be the manuals for gathering and crafting. Now, you want the ones through the scriptures because those ones will give you 300,000 max, unlike the other ones will give you 30, 50, or 100,000. So you basically want to come to the Blue Crafters Script Exchange for both gathering and crafting. Go to Other, and then you can see the Commercial Engineering Manual. It will give you up to 300,000 points for both crafting and or gathering. So this will most likely increases your experience by 150% up to 300,000. So once you hit 300,000, you will have to activate another one to speed up the process. You can also get the free company equivalents by doing squadrons. I think the priority missions will give you these single actions if you're not in a free company. If you're in a free company, these will overwrite whatever action the free company has active. It won't remove the action, it will just replace it. It gives you a 20% experience bonus for 120 minutes. This has no experience cap, so you can get over 300,000 if you use this. But that's 120 minutes. But you guys want to stock up on these as much as possible, but it's only an 18-hour mission for each one, and some of them don't exactly give you these, so these might be out of your reach, but if you're in a free company, you won't really need these. So, those are pretty much number 4. Now, number 5 on my list, of course, is going to be obviously crystals, shards, and clusters. Now, for crystals and clusters, we have ethereal reduction. So, I'm going to go out into the field real quick, and I will show you an ephemeral node and what you'll be doing. Alright, so here we are in an ephemeral rocky outcrop in the Forelands. These ephemeral nodes will have a 4-hour spawn time, so you have at least 4 hours in between each ephemeral node. There is one for each zone for both botanist and miner, and they kind of rotate throughout the zones. So basically, you're going to be needing your collectability action, collector's glove, in order to do the ethereal reduction. So make sure it's up, and you go into the node, and then you'll have these different items. So you have radiant astral morans, and then the fire morans. You might get the radiant fire morans. You might get the bright stones as well, but those are usually hidden and they'll pop randomly. So basically, you want to go into element you want. So fire is going to give you fire, of course, is going to give you fire. Radiant will give you ice and water. There's the purple one that will give you thunder, and I believe that's it for miner. For botanist, you'll get wind, earth, water, and ice again. And I believe fisher will give you pretty much water, but So first we're gonna go with the Fire Moran, select it, and then you have to start bringing up the rarity. Now, your first attempt, you're gonna have your full amount of GP. So basically, what you want to do, you really don't care about getting it as high as possible. You just pretty much want to get as many as possible with your GP. So basically, what you want to do is use single mind at least 3 times, and then you want to do methodical appraisal 3 times. These will not waste a gathering attempt, so you'll have more chances to gather them as possible. And you pop a sharp vision or whatever the button is equivalent, so you make sure you have 100% gathering, and now you collect. So you get 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, you have 2 choices. Either sit and wait for your GP to rack up, use a cordial, or pretty much gather at least 1 Moran every single time. So, for me, I would pop a cordial and just start gathering 1 at a time until your GP is back up. So, in order to respawn in an ephemeral node, you just go to a couple other mineral deposits. Don't gather them, just go through the cycle, at least 3 of them, and it will pop an ephemeral node again. Alright, 3rd node, and this should spawn the next ephemeral node once I get into the range. Oh, there it is. So if I pop a cordial, I won't have 600, so what I will just do is go in. Okay, see now here the Radiant Fire Moran pop, so you pretty much want to grab this one because it'll give you more yield. So I would just probably do methodical appraisal 3 times. Or if you think you have good RNG, you can do impulsive appraisal and hope that discerning eye proc will trigger, which will give you more rarity, but at this point you don't really want to worry about that. So by the time you're done circling around to get another ephemeral node to pop, you should have 600, at least 600 GP. If you don't want to wait to 650, you can hopefully RNG it and hopefully God that you don't miss at 5%. In my opinion, you probably will, because I've seen it happen before and it sucks. Alright, now here's the bright fire rocks that I told you about. So again, we should do the single mind. And now you collect. How big I don't miss that 3%. And there you go. So, in order to get ethereal reduction, I believe you have to go to the script vendor in Mordona, and the little Rogan woman sitting on the left will give you the ethereal reduction once you get your miner up, I think level 56 or around there. So, your collectability will determine your rarity, your purity, and the higher that number is, the more you're going to get crystals and clusters. But the higher it is, the more chances you're getting the Aether Sands. Pretty much that, but that's not what your goal is right now. So let's reduce these, and I'll show you. See, if you get like level 3 and higher, you might end up getting the Dustborn Aether Sands. But as you can see here, you can get a crap ton of crystals. And if I can hopefully get a crystals to pop. Alright, so here we have crystals and clusters. Because the rarity was a little bit low, the yield is not that high. I believe that, like, the radiant and bright rocks will give you more. So if these pop, I would most likely take them over the regular fire ones. Alright, the radiant ones, as you can see, gives you a lot more. Let's reduce the bright rocks. Another interesting, but as you can see, you get a ton more crystals and clusters by doing the bright rocks or the radiant ones. If you don't, then you just get the regular ones and you just get what you get. This is a really fast way to do this with very little time wasted. Alright. So, let me just quickly show you in the log here for botanist. I believe it's in... Alright, so here you have the black soil, which will give you earth. Those laurel, that will give you water and ice. The sage here will give you wind. And I believe the fury mint will also give you wind as well. And peat moss will give you earth. So just pretty much... Oh, and the granular clay will also give you earth as well. And the highland oregano will also give you wind. Alright, so for shards, there's plenty of ways to farm these. Either you can do the old-fashioned way and get them yourself, have your retainer get them, or you can, where are they? Grow them yourself with the seeds. For a more faster way to do it, it is redone through the diadem. I think it's others. That's deep. Oh, okay, it's others. So you see here, one steel sky spoil, which you will get during the matron, trial of the matron, will give you 10 steel sky spoils at the end of the 3 objectives. One sky spoil will give you 80. One will give you 80 for one spoil. So because it gives you 10, you pretty much want to split that up to 5 each. So whatever you going in for, you pretty much would want to get that. Or if you just want to get all one, you can do that and then go back in and do it again, come back out, go back in, do it again, and repeat the process. But as you're gathering to complete those objectives, I encourage you to get the shards that they added in, because you'll be able to not only farm them in there, but you're also working towards getting the spoils to get these. So that's why I would encourage you guys to do the diadem to get the shards, but don't really waste them on the crystals or clusters, because Aether reduction is a better way to get those. So I'm sorry this video is a little bit long, but I just needed to show you guys Aether reduction. That's how you guys can get the shards easy if you don't want to buy them. But if you combine your retainers, gathering them into the diadem, and gardening them, you'll be able to get a massive amount all at one. Or if you're working with your free company, you can load up the grand company chest, and you guys don't have to worry about them. You guys have like a giant plethora of crystal shards and clusters you guys can share. So guys, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, may you forever walk in the light of Lord Bahamut. Take care, guys.